San Francisco G-Gates International Terminal. Today we fly home to Singapore. G8. The Airbus A350 that flew in this morning, I'll ride home. When I reached the gate, cabin crew hadn't boarded yet, so there's still plenty of time. And the SQ crew were boarding the plane. They boarded about 1 hour before boarding time, I can't recall, but I was still early. Early on, we had flew in from Las Vegas, and I had spent some time in the United Polaris Lounge. Check out my other video. You can see that the boarding gate was already quite full, even though it was still quite early. Yes, earlier this morning, flew in from Las Vegas via Alaska Airlines and then walked over to this terminal, no need to re-clear security, and now, after enjoying the United Polaris Lounge at the gate, and more crew were boarding. This was the first time I noticed the exceptionally beautiful mural. Look at that, wow, gorgeous! And it was time to go home. This is an Airbus A350 in a 1-2-1 configuration in the business class, and look at how wide my seat was in the rear section of the business class cabin. I managed to snag a bassinet seat. Wow, look at the extreme space where I can just put my legs out as and when I want to. Now this is not common for the SQ business class, only available at the bassinet seats. Gorgeous space, loved it very much, and check out my legs going up. Yes, there are downsides, but I'll talk about that later on. Checking out the paper menus, I already booked in advance what I wanted to eat, but just to show you that the paper menus are all there. Yes, they're gonna serve lunch shortly after takeoff and dinner about 5 hours after lunch. How interesting, isn't it?
Pleasure to welcome you on board Singapore Airlines Flight 31, Airbus 350 service to Singapore. Presently, I believe we're still waiting for a few more passengers to join us. We're still loading up the cargo, and as soon as the passenger doors and the cargo doors are closed, we'll be ready. We should be ready right on schedule. With me on the flight deck is Captain Sanjay, and we also have Senior First Officer Daiho and Senior First Officer Danny. Flying time to Singapore once we get airborne out of San Francisco will be exactly 15 hours and 35 minutes. Departure this morning will be towards the west. Shortly after airborne, we'll be making
and hot towels were back. So refreshing, yes. Hot towels on Singapore Airlines. And here I also show you the noise cancelling headphones, and for my welcome drink I got some bubbly, the champagne. Right, cheers to a safe flight home. Nice view of this United white body from my window. Yes, United, Star Alliance. We pushed back on time and heading to the runway for takeoff. Along the way, we saw many planes, or I saw many planes, including these United jets. This was United territory after all, San Francisco.
Gentlemen, please fasten your seatbelt and draw up your window shade. Thank you.
As we turned into runway 28 left for takeoff, we spotted this Qantas aircraft. Well, Qantas must be flying to Australia. Safe flight, dude. And we take off on a clear day. The video is now at 4 times speed. Let's sit back and enjoy the takeoff from San Francisco Airport. This would be a 15-hour, 45-minute flight to Singapore, non-stop, direct on Singapore Airlines. Watch on to see all the food that I ate. I'm gonna sound greedy, but yeah, I didn't eat that much, but oh well, you'll see. We fly out into the Pacific Ocean, heading for Asia. Bye-bye. In the air, I'm relaxing, waiting for the drink service to start. Yes, let's see what we get. A very nice portion of nuts. Pretty large portion cashews, almonds. I reminded myself not to eat too much as nuts make me get full. Thank you. Enjoying my Singapore sling with nuts in the air. I almost always order the Singapore sling when I'm flying with Singapore Airlines. You can try now. Here's a little tip. I switched to bed mode even before the meal was served, and I really enjoy eating in bed mode on Singapore Airlines because I sit further back. Yes, it sits further back. If you're in seat mode, you're actually very near the tray table, and I really enjoy the bed mode much better. And the table linen was laid out nicely. Yes, starting to enjoy my meal. All set up and ready to be served. The appetizer was some grilled scallop with salad, the purple salad, veggies, very pretty. I got a piece of garlic bread and normal bread to go along too, and red wine, yummy. My main course was the braised beef. Yes, beef. As we flew off San Francisco, I thought let's go with American beef because I find that in America they do the beef very, very well, much better than in Singapore. And the braised beef was extremely tender, moist, and joy to eat. Yes, I don't usually order beef on the planes, but I didn't regret this. It was really nice, yummy, delicious, nutritious. Everything was cleared in preparation for dessert time. And the dessert cart was here. I opted for some ice cream and some fruit. Meal was over, time for me to get some sleep, and I slept for about 5 hours straight. Lights came on, a hot towel came around, and it was time for the second meal, yummy. The starter was a smoked duck salad, which I got with some garlic bread. The highlight, baked lobster, which you have to get it through Book the Cook. Called Book the Cook. It's not on the main menu, you have to book the cook. And out of San Francisco, the offer, the big lobster option, is different from the lobster thermidor, but still very similar. If you take a look at it, it was absolutely delicious. The big lobster available on Singapore Airlines. Look at those chunky, juicy pieces of lobster meat, which I enjoyed tremendously. Yummy. Give it a try if you're flying out of San Francisco, but you have to go online to your reservation, book the cook, use the Singapore Airlines app or Singapore Airlines website to check your reservation. Look at that, the lobster tail, baked lobster, yummy. Alright, it was time for dessert again. Yes, again. What did I choose this time round? Well, I was pretty full, so I just got some fruits and some kind of tart. Yep, dessert. End of the second meal, still 7 hours to Singapore. About 3 hours more of the flight to go. I was awake and I thought I would just have some snack before I landed in Singapore. And asked for the fish congee, fish porridge, and some kind of funny salad. Now, this is an area where overall Singapore Airlines is quite weak mid-flight snacks, especially this cold thingy, which frankly tastes horrible. The congee was not too bad, not the best I've had. I've had better fish congee on Singapore Airlines, but oh well. At least I see other people enjoying their food, but overall I can't complain. I'm flying in business class after all, and a wonderful and beautiful bed to sleep in. Yeah, this particular thing, terrible, don't try it. Yes, we are heading home and arriving home soon. We'll have lots of food.
Your captain speaking. I trust that you've managed to get some rest during the flight and have also been enjoying the in-flight service. And I'm pleased to announce in just a few minutes we'll be starting our descent and start of the end of a long journey for most of us. And presently we're at 43,000 feet and approximately 350 kilometers to the east-northeast of Singapore. Weather report in Singapore is good. We have fair skies overhead, a light southeasterly breeze with a ground temperature at 32 degrees Celsius or 90 degrees Fahrenheit. Based on our present estimates and depending on how air traffic control sequences in for our arrival into Changi International Airport, we do estimate to touch down Singapore local time at 6:30 in the evening. Just for your flight information, there is a 15-hour time difference between Singapore and San Francisco. And if you'd like to reset your timepieces, it is now 51 minutes past the hour of 5 in the afternoon.
Check out the view of my seat on my bed from the other side. Look, isn't it interesting? Yes. As we approach for landing, let me share my reviews. It was an excellent flight. Departure on time from San Francisco. Prior to that, had a good time at the United Polaris Lounge. After pushback, service was smooth, quick, efficient. The first meal served shortly after takeoff, and the second meal was served about 5 hours after the first, which leaves you plenty of time to sleep after that if you wanted to. I asked for a snack about 3 hours before landing. My seat, a bassinet one, was extremely spacious and extremely comfortable. I mentioned a little downside. The only downside of that seat would be if there were a crying baby somewhere nearby. That's one. Or more two, the seat is a little bit noisy because it is obviously very near the galley where there is a lot happening, because the cabin crew will be working hard preparing all the food and all that. So the cabin crew actually gave me eye shades and earplugs and warned me in advance that it probably would be a little bit noisy and apologized for it. That was a nice touch, and I had no problems with it because I slept very well. I was tired and I slept very well with my eye shades and my earplugs. So well done, kudos, excellent service on board. Singapore Airlines, Stella Airline 5-star. Please fly with them, and always so proud to fly with them. And now I fly home. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this 16-hour flight from San Francisco to Singapore. Singapore Airlines Airbus A350. Bye bye.
Welcome to Singapore, ladies and gentlemen, and to all Singaporeans and residents of Singapore, a warm welcome home. Please remain seated with your seatbelt fastened until the seatbelt sign is off. Please take care when opening the overhead compartments, and remember to take all your belongings with you. It's been our pleasure serving you on this flight. Thank you for flying with Singapore Airlines, a member of Star Alliance.
Welcome back to Singapore Changi Terminal 3. Yay! 6:30, 6:40. Let's go.